Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Hmm. Well, yeah, your insurance company comes highly recommended.
Highly.
Highly, very highly.
Polly
So,
Sue and Mort down the street, they love your
oh,
insurance.
yeah, they said, please call Floyd Periwinkle of Periwinkle and Associates. But it was important for us to talk to Mr. Periwinkle and not the associates. So we're very happy that you picked up the phone when we called.
We'd like to call you Floyd if that's okay.
Mr. Periwinkle, it is very good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm Flo. Well, this is Flo, and I'm Jeff.
You don't have to be nervous, honey.
Oh, I'm not
He
nervous at
called
all.
himself Flo. He's just nervous.
Yeah, yes, sir.
We just really need insurance on the truck.
It would be very, very helpful for us if we could get that.
We use it a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's our mode of transportation.
For
work.
what? Uh,
Well, work.
right.
I haul things.
Hauls a lot of
A
things.
lot of things.
Mostly at night.
Mostly at night. And my hours are usually 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Right.
You could say it's an overnight shift. Sure, absolutely.
It's an overnight shift.
It's an overnight shift, yes.
He's a very hard worker, and you will find that our payments will be right on time.
On time.
Or as close to when we get paid as possible.
Yeah, well, we'll try not to be late. I'm sorry, what's that? Oh, well, my shirt. Oh, it says, I like coffee and maybe 3 people.
I'm number one.
Yeah, and of course, if you write us one of those real good insurance
I'm
policies,
number one.
yeah, you're always number one, Flo, of course. And if we get a nice insurance policy from you, Mr. Periwinkle, you'll be number 2, and I'm number 3. Yes, there will be 3 right there.
He doesn't make very many friends, but it's okay because the ones he has, he loves.
Very much so. I try not to have too many people in my life.
You would be like his bosom buddy.
Yeah, well, yeah, we could go fishing together. Oh, speaking of which, did you know that the Fish and Gun Show is this Saturday?
We got up on this so we don't forget.
Big reminder. What's that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, let's get to the point. Right. So, we would like to get an insurance policy, if we could, from your fine firm, Periwinkle and Associates.
For the Ford Ram.
Yes.
19.
No, darling, we have a Ford F-150.
Oh.
Herb down the street has the Dodge Ram. She doesn't drive it much, so she gets those make and models always confused.
I just have a little car. It doesn't even matter that it has insurance. It doesn't have insurance.
You know.
Oh. Well, I didn't think it needed insurance because I just drive to the store and back.
Well, could we talk about 2 policies for the price of 1? 2 policies for the price of 2. Okay, fine. That's fine, sir.
That
sure,
seems
of course.
fair.
Totally fair. Totally fair,
fair.
Mr. Periwinkle, of course.
You don't mind if I just have a little swig? I'm just getting awful thirsty listening to you talk.
And we love to have a nice cold one there. Listen, this is one of those fine Stella Artois. It's an outstanding brew. Have you ever had one before? No, it's not one of those American things.
It tastes terrible. I'm just telling you.
It comes from, I don't know, Europe or some country.
Polly down the street gave us it for our anniversary, and it tastes like hell, doesn't it?
It's not the best tasting thing.
No.
Not like a good American beer like Budweiser. You don't drink. Anyway, so Mr. Periwinkle, what do you need to know about us as far as getting one of those nice policies?
Well, we've been married for nigh on 25 years.
Oh, yes.
2 kids. They're gone.
Yeah.
Well,
they're grown up. They moved on.
Well, they haven't really moved on. I mean, one's moved on, but the other one, I cannot get him to stay out for more than. I mean, he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, but Kenny likes the free meals, so sure he's here all
and
the time.
Laundry.
The laundry, yeah.
And the shopping.
Yeah. You don't happen to have, like, say, a room over your garage or something you could rent to him, do you? I didn't think so. So you live in a condo. Okay. Well,
Polly and Molly and Becky Sue down the street, they don't have a room either.
No.
I think they do, but.
He says he's finding himself.
Right.
See him find himself right out the door. Anyway, Mr. Periwinkle, so what do we need to do to enhance our ability to get a nice policy from your fine company? Yes, that's right. We're married 25 years.
Right.
Yes, a steady employment. Oh, absolutely.
And we own our house.
Yes, outright. Outright, bought it outright. Mhm.
$132,000.
Paid it all up. It's all, no mortgage, no nothing.
Nope.
It's,
The real, what did you call those things? The
The-
lady who sold us the
yeah,
house,
yeah.
she said she doesn't get too many people paying full cash these days, but we did because of Jeb's real good job.
Yes, yes, sir. I bring in the money real good, and we take care of that.
Most
right.
days.
Most days.
Most days.
There's some slow periods in my line of work every now and then.
It all depends on the distribution channels. That's what you call it, right? The
Yes.
distribution channels are sometimes a little rough out here in the woods.
Yes, it depends. If it's a cloudy night, it's hard to get around with the goods
But
on that
cloudy-
job. I
But
mean,
not the
deliveries.
cloudy nights are bad.
Not the cloudy
Cloudy
nights
nights
are
are
bad.
good,
But
but
you just have to drive slower
right.
and watch out for deer. Yes, sir. Now, do I have any problem? No, sir. I can't think of anything. Our record is perfectly fine. We have no outstanding bills that we owe anybody. I mean, everything's all paid up.
Well, except for the supermarket. I mean,
Well.
it's hard to keep up when you've got this eating machine keeps coming home and eating everything in sight. I mean, he polishes off a jug of milk in one. He opens that fridge door, pulls out the jug, and he does this chug-a-lug thing.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
how am I supposed to keep up?
It's pretty sad.
So I'm sorry, but I run a tab down at the store. I don't understand why that's a problem.
Flo, it's fine, dear. Mr. Periwinkle doesn't need to know the fact that kids eat inside the house and home.
But he really is. He really, really is. And I'm just very tired of it. Are you sure you don't have just a little room somewhere?
Space somewhere.
Okay.
A storage closet somewhere.
I'm going to find something.
Anyway, so we were talking about our policy, and you were asking about. No, our records are spotless, both in paying.
We've never been in jail.
Never been in
Not overnight.
No, yeah, there was that. No, everything's fine.
But I mean, I don't know why they made such a big fuss.
Well, cleaning out some debris and old leaves and stuff. So I was burning them. Little did I know that is actually against the law. And I said to the nice police officer, I said, well, sir, they're right here in this trash can. It's not like they're going to go flying everywhere.
Even though they did, and that the shed in the back just took off.
I hated that old shed. I was going to tear it down anyway. So
Right.
it's like, why not?
And the two trees in the back, they were old.
They were old, and they were pollen makers like no one's business.
Neighbors were happy to see those trees go.
Their view of the pond got so much better when those two trees went down.
That's
So
right,
they actually
it
didn't
did
even
get better.
complain. Yeah, much better.
Right. And we
Exactly.
can now see the gators when they come up a bit close.
That's true.
right?
Have you ever seen an alligator, Mr. Periwinkle? You live on a golf course here in Florida.
So
You probably have like a whole family sitting in your backyard some days.
Right.
Understood. Okay, fine.
Well, good for you.
So anyway.
Do you like golf?
Do you play golf? Oh.
No, not even once.
No. I drove by a driving range once. I thought, boy, that looked as boring as the day is long. But,
Honey,
well, I'm sure it's.
could I just one moment, please? I am sorry, honey, but you do not tell a man that you were trying to get insurance from this man, and you don't tell him that you don't like golf when he plays golf.
Well, that's not my problem what that man does in his spare time. I was just making conversation.
Yeah,
That's
except
all.
you were making the wrong conversation. We are trying to get that man to like us. We need to agree with everything he said.
All right, fine then. Golf's a great
my
sport for
God.
all the old fuddy-duddies that can't.
I forgot. Oh, sorry. Where do I turn? Hi.
Hi, Miss Periwinkle.
We love golf.
Oh, it's a great game. You can see why the Scots loved it and invented it all those
Don't
centuries
talk
ago.
about the Scots. That brings up things. Honey.
Yes, sir. Occasionally, I have found that if you need to burn something, lighting a small fire can occasionally get rid of debris. But it takes me back to when I was in the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, actually.
This is a very good
Oh, it's very
story.
good stuff. That's when I first learned about, yeah, you're whittling all that wood and scratching them together and you making the fires and all that. And I was very, very good at it. Jimmy Crittenden.
He got 3 badges.
Oh, I got a lot of badges.
How do I know? We grew up together.
Next door neighbors all our lives.
High school sweethearts.
Mhm,
I mean,
exactly.
we were together before we were together,
Oh goodness, yes. And Jimmy Crittenden, he was
except
always
for
this-
Marlene. Except for like 2 years with Marlene. Bitch. I
she
mean,
was the head cheerleader, and I played
and
on
he
the
was-
football team.
and I'm sorry that I wasn't quite as cute as Marlene, or at least not quite as, you know
Flo,
what.
please, everyone knows you're the catch of the town. You're the most beautiful woman alive, and I couldn't love anyone more than you.
Honey. Well, he's
Anyway,
just a big
she was
sweet
the head
talker.
cheerleader, so
That's
naturally there
enough
was
about
fine,
Marlene.
fine.
I mean, enough with Marlene. Now see what you've done. Now I have to have a drink of that horrible stuff because you made me thirsty.
Well, have a swig of your Stella Artois there, whatever
Oh, it's
called.
awful.
Well, then why are you drinking it?
I don't know. I keep reaching for it. I'm going to have some whiskey instead.
Fresh batch,
Oh,
just
that's
made it.
better.
I mean, I just bought it the other day. Don't make it. I wouldn't know how to do
Oh, it
that.
doesn't have a brand so
No,
much.
goodness, no.
No, it's just
No.
what everybody drinks around here.
Yes, usually when when they go to the store. Yes. So anyway, when I was back in Cub Scouts, and that Jimmy Crittenden, this kid with the biggest smart ass going. Excuse my language, smart aleck going. He thought he was the smartest guy. Oh, I could do everything better than everybody else. So I showed him how to make those little fires there with the sticks. Chased him right down to the river, any Jim. That was the last time he ever got one of those awards.
Isn't he just the best storyteller ever?
Hmm.
That's how he got me.
Hmm.
He just told me stories about things, and I just listened, and I
Mhm.
looked at him, and next thing I knew, we were getting married.
You're married, yes, yes. And then came the family.
You're right.
Not the other way around. No, we're responsible adults.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, all right.
I mean, we were responsible enough to get that insurance.
Yes, yes. Do we? Of course, we have home insurance. Naturally. A home that doesn't have a mortgage. You mean that one? You better believe it.
Could you just excuse us for just a tiny moment?
Hi there.
I forgot that. I'm sorry.
Oh, we always
Wait.
have animated conversation. Let's laugh a minute around this house.
No, the policy just kind of just ran out on the house.
But we're looking to renew with one of those fine insurance companies that doesn't give you a hard time about your roofs in the bad Florida weather with the storms. I'm sure there's got to be somebody out there. Maybe you know one. You handle only auto insurance. Fair enough. That makes all the sense in the world to me.
It really does.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And that's the way to go, Mr. Periwinkle. I think that's a smart business acumen. Now, let me ask you something else. You don't mind if I smoke, do you? Oh, that's not going to affect my insurance policy, is it? I mean, because that's only for health. Of course, very good.
Well, we could use some life insurance.
What are you trying to bump me off?
No, honey. Honey, we could use some life insurance. Whatever if something happened to you? Well, look at this house. How could I keep up the house if something happened to you?
Well, we'll just have the electricity bill and the water bill
And who's going to run the truck? And who's going to make sure all the boys show up?
Well, maybe it's time for Junior down there to get part of the family business. Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Periwinkle?
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot for a minute that we were talking to you.
What's the family business? Hauling.
Lots and lots of different things that people just happen to have around. We are the people they call if they want something moved.
Hauled.
Hauled, right.
Like a junk removal? Sure. Yeah. Yeah, hauling.
We're
Yeah.
called, I've got a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. What, huh? Why do I haul at night? Less traffic. I can
Right.
get my jobs done, and I'm very
I do
quiet.
not like your tone,
Good heavens,
sir.
you make it sound as if I would. I don't even want to think about what you were just insinuating, Mr. Perry.
My husband is a hard worker and he gets up early and he goes to bed late and he works and works and
And
works and
works,
he makes sure that our house is fun and that eating machine's got food on the
plenty of food
table.
down there.
And I just like the fact that you are making it seem like he does things that are
Untoward. That's a big
Ooh,
word, I
that's-
know, but I saw that in the
that's
newspaper.
lovely, honey.
Yeah, it's a good word.
Look
Huh?
at
Yeah, I
you.
like that.
That's smart.
Untoward. I don't know who it's
Untoward.
toward to,
I'm
but
going to use that next week.
sure, absolutely. Why
At the
not?
ladies club, I'm going to say
Mhm.
untoward, and they're going to know what I'm talking about. They are not.
No, of course they're not. I've seen the ladies at the ladies club.
Oh, I
It's
need
almost-
somebody because
It's almost the day is long.
Mr.
long.
Periwinkle.
Yes.
I still think I should call you Floyd since we are going to be spending money with
Yeah.
you,
Mr. Periwinkle, it
Mr.
is.
Periwinkle.
Now, so I hope we didn't get off on the wrong foot there.
Oh, I do like my whiskey.
Plenty more where that came from.
You know what I love about whiskey? I love the way it makes me feel. I love the way it starts up here and it goes all the way down until I can feel it right to the tips of my toes. Oh, look at that. You can see my shirt. It says, I am the storm.
I can vouch for that.
I am the storm. Don't mess with me because I am the storm. Am I not the storm? I'm the
Oh,
storm.
darling, you're definitely the storm. Mr. Periwinkle, trust me, Flo is a storm. She is about 5 different hurricanes, all named at once. What's that, sir? Yes, back to business, of course.
Oh, okay, honey, can you just help me get on the chair?
All right, hold on there, Mr. Periwinkle.
Yes.
Don't think anything's going on in there. Get on there.
Oh,
We're just a loving couple, Mr. Periwinkle.
he is a frisky man. 25 years.
No, so we're not looking to add on to the family. Trust me.
Oh my goodness, no.
God, no.
That shop has closed, the gates are clanged down, and I am not going anywhere.
Mhm.
Well, that's not kind.
Good heavens. I don't see why you would think that. But anyway, so back to business, Mr. Periwinkle.
Are you implying that I am not a beautiful woman even at my age?
Mr. Periwinkle, I can promise you that my wife can still turn heads like no one's business. You go down to the bait and tackle shop with us when she walks in, and I can promise you every head turns.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because of my rack.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You should see the rack on our truck. It is amazing. I mean, we've got at least 3 firearms hanging off of there.
And he let me paint it pink
Mhm.
because I do drive the truck sometimes, and I just
Occasionally.
want one thing that felt like me.
What's that, sir? Yes, of course we have valid driver's licenses. I wouldn't be driving a truck if I didn't have one. Huh?
I don't think that's an what?
Well, it's very important, darling. Yes, Flo has a driver's license. She passed right here in the state of Florida.
Oh,
What you know what? You get a drive. You go once and you're good for 10, 12 years. What?
I forgot to tell you that day that I was going to go down and get my driver's license renewed,
Yeah.
I didn't actually make it. I
Why
ran
not?
I ran into Polly Sue and she asked me if I wanted to go with her to the bingo. So I went to the bingo and next thing I knew I forgot and then I had
How
to
would you
reschedule
go
and I
to
never
bingo
rescheduled.
with that
And next thing
knucklehead?
I know, I don't have a driver's license, but I didn't think it mattered because I'm just going to the store and back. Oh my
How
God.
long has this been?
Well, oh my goodness, we'll
What-
let him go again. Hello, Mr.
Mr.
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle. So
No,
anyway,
I was just confirming with my husband that I do have a driver's license.
yes, and we're just going to double check with the Department of Motor Vehicles to make sure that everything, all records are up to date and everything is fine. Yes. Huh? No, we've never had any accidents. Like I said, I am an incredibly safe driver.
Well, there
Oh.
was that. I'm sorry.
It was probably nothing, dear. There's no reason to trouble Mr. Periwinkle with a minor fender
Well, I was
bender.
just, no, well, honey, you were going awful fast on that street and I have been warning you about going around that corner. And you took that corner on practically two wheels. The next thing I knew,
Well,
what?
Flo, for God's sakes, it looked like that cop was following us. What I'm supposed to do is gonna come on. What's that, sir? Oh no, everything's fine. It was just a flat tire. I've changed it myself. I didn't even have to call AAA.
And we were very lucky because there was a police car behind us and he pulled over
Yes.
and asked us.
Oh, he was a very helpful gentleman. Yeah, absolutely.
You should see the police department here.
Oh, we know them all well.
We do. They are always dropping in to check on us,
Mhm.
see how we're doing.
Oh, they're
I've
they're
served them
friendly
cake.
soul. Yeah, oh, yes, we give them plenty of cake.
They love my pie.
Oh, they do. They do.
Mr. Periwinkle, if you came over in person for us to sign those papers, I could make you some of my shoe fly pie.
Oh, you would love that, Mr. Periwinkle. I'm
They're
telling you.
almost as good as my rack.
Exactly.
And
And,
people,
and believe me, the crust is as firm as you can imagine.
right?
What's that,
People
sir?
often want to take it home, don't
Oh,
they?
yes. They
Right.
always do. I'm sorry, what was that, sir? No, so we do not have any outstanding traffic violations, parking tickets.
All right,
yes.
all right, all right. No, I'm sorry, but he keeps on alluding to the fact that the roof got a little bit on fire last year. I'm sorry, but it's just that Jeb here, he loves to create a warm, welcoming environment in our house. And sometimes he likes to do it in interesting situations that don't involve a fireplace. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir. And it was put out immediately and everything was fine, but and the room was
Well,
toasty warm for a while.
Except for the whole half of the roof had to be redone. No, I think it's charming.
Oh, it's
It's
absolutely lovely.
charming.
It's lovely. It's not, we're the only house on the block that's got shingles on one side and this thing that looks like metal on the other side. It's
I'm
very
working
nice.
real hard to get him to start his fires out in the
The middle of the yard,
yard,
away from the back door.
in the pit with
Mhm.
the
We
stones.
have a nice fire pit, by the way.
But he likes to try new things. You got to tell the man he is creative.
Well, listen, as I said, Mr. Periwinkle, I won 3 awards when I was a Cub Scout for my fire making skills.
You did.
I did, and chased that no good Jimmy Crick
Do
that's
you
right
know
into the
what-
creek.
Do you know why I married him? The one reason why I married him? One time we went out he took me in his truck and we went up to the big gorge and we were swimming for a while and it got a little cool. So he built this enormous bonfire.
Ah.
It was so
Warmed
huge.
us to the bone, dried
Warmed
our
us to the bone.
clothes out.
The animals kept coming over. It was like Disney World.
And we met all the firemen down there.
Right.
But they're lovely gentlemen and all.
They all
And their hoses are amazing. Now, you couldn't believe how fast they put that whole thing out.
I do like a fireman's house.
It was only a couple of acres, I recall.
What?
Chatting with the gentleman, they said, "Oh, it's good to see you again," because we met them a few times in the past.
Right.
So anyway, back to our insurance policy for our truck.
The truck.
If there's
The
any way to
F-150.
F-150, yes, sir, of course.
What
it
year
is.
is it?
It's a 1987.
Right.
163,000 miles on it.
And it purrs.
Oh, it totally purrs. I'll tell you, when
That's why I
if
painted,
you come driving,
that's why I painted the rock pink,
Mhm,
because it reminded me of kitty cat.
mhm.
And I put two little kind of like antenna-y things that look kind of like whiskers.
If you came on one of my
Business run.
business runs, and Mr. Periwinkle, you wouldn't hear it at all. And with the lights off, you wouldn't even know a truck was coming down the road.
No.
It's amazing.
And we do that a lot because
Mm.
it's quiet at night, it's
Absolutely.
quiet. And we get to kind of sink in and enjoy that ambiance of the truck going quietly through the woods.
Oh, yes.
Nothing disturbing the lights up in the sky and the stars.
Yeah, nothing.
It's romantic.
Oh, very romantic.
That's
You don't
what.
even have the
That's why
headlights
we
on.
got. That's how we got Kenny.
Mhm,
Right,
mhm. Yeah, that's where he came from.
the woods,
Yeah, the woods.
which goes to show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, the boy's still wild.
Mhm.
Still
Still got a little bit of the rambunctious child in me. Not when I'm driving, though. Oh no, sir, Mr. Periwinkle. Not when I'm driving. No, sir.
And there's never any fires in the truck,
Oh goodness, no.
not
no.
even once.
That's for business.
Right.
Not for pleasure anymore. It's strictly business. So, what do you think we could possibly get for an insurance policy for a magnificent, in prime condition Ford F-150 1987 pickup truck?
Did I say it was brand?
That's your best offer, huh?
Well,
Okay.
does that include my little car?
Could we do a 2-for-1? Flo doesn't do anything but go to the
Just go to the
to the
supermarket.
Piggly Wiggly and back.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's your best offer, huh?
Well, I think that's a little unkind. Here we are, two people just going to you and asking you for some charity, some goodwill between people. And here you are turning down a pillar of the community.
I'm very well respected. Everybody loves me around this town, Mr. Periwinkle. I can promise you.
You
that.
could even ask the police officer.
Oh, goodness, yes. And I always make sure to contribute to the Patrolman's Benevolence Fund every Christmas. And the Fireman's Fund
right.
every Christmas. And the Sheriff's Department every Christmas. Yes, sir. Oh, we're all on a first name basis. Yes, sir. That's the best you can do, huh? Well, Mr. Periwinkle, since you're the 73rd different insurance agent we've talked to about this, we're gonna
what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time we're gonna have being your client.
we accept your generous offer, sir, and we look forward to being clients of Periwinkle and Associates, and maybe we'll get to call you Floyd one of these days. Mr. Periwinkle, of course. Yes, of course. Very good, sir. Well, we're just going to crack open a cold Stella Artois and toast you, sir.
We did never buy this, like never.
It's stick with Budweiser or one of those other American brands or something.
Or some real good unnamed hooch.
That's an American brand too.
Right.
Right around the corner. That's where you buy it. I mean, right around the corner is where you buy it.
We'll send you some in the mail now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the bottles do not have a brand. Yes, sir.
Well, that's tacky.
It's very tacky.
We don't like to do that.
I'm sure you don't mind drinking out of a mason jar. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean anything bad about the person. Very good, sir. Well, the check will be in the mail.
No, he means that really.
It will be. Oh, yes, once you send the policy. We look forward to that.
And do not send it on that computer thing.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, we don't like this computer thing. You send that in the mail, you send that on paper, so we have something to keep in our...
And it's important that you mail it, because that gives the postman something to do. That's helping keeping a good American working.
Right.
All right, sir. Well, it was nice talking to you. We'll look forward to it in the mail, and we'll get that check to you right away.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mr. Periwinkle. God, what a dupe. Unbelievable. Where do we find these people?
I don't know, but I'm very pleased with it.
Me too, sweetness.